All right, wonderful people and great people of Biafra. Wonderful people and great people of Biafra. I salute you all once again in the name of Chukwu Okike. As we are promised you people, we are here to do what we know how to do best. Of course, we did not went to school for this, but we find ourselves in this situation, and we have to do what we have to do to survive. I always tell my people that we are fighting for survival, and Biafra must come in our time. We must keep on pushing, propagating the issue of Biafran restoration project till Biafra is totally restored. I want you to invite your friends, invite your families, invite your neighbors to come, because we have what it takes to discuss about this struggle. And I hope you people haven't forgotten that our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged. That is going to be our preamble. We have a lot of things to discuss today. We have a lot of videos, because I have told my people time without number, we have gotten to that stage that we don't need to be talking. We talk, we bring the proof, then you begin to see it by yourself. Don't even mind my English. I am not an Englishman. But we are trying our best to be able to compose ourselves. But what I'm trying to do in all these things that I'm doing every day on this quest of self-determination is like, I have to put myself in the position of everyone. Because those people call themselves professors today, go to them. Nobody listen to them, because they try to always put themselves accurate. We are not coming here to put ourselves accurate, because mistake will always occur. Because I'm not an Englishman. And of course, I'm living in Germany. You know that. That is by the way. I hope very soon we are going to get into Biafran Television Channel 1, because I want every indigenous people, those on the group. All right, wonderful and great people of Biafra, freedom fighters, lovers of freedom, great people all over the world. I welcome you all in the name of Chukwu Okike. We are now right on Biafran Television Channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Onyindu. Here, we set the record straight. Let me introduce myself before we move forward, because what we are doing is spiritual, and there is no how we are going to shy away from these, shenanigans, but we have left them alone. We are now focusing on the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, who the competent court have been discharged. But one man, one particular person, just a single person, now sitting on it, carry it on top of his head. We thank Chukwu Okike. But let me introduce myself before we proceed. My name is Mazo Kenna Okechukwu, known as the Biafrachild Nwachineke, the general. I am from Ihala in Anambra in Biafra land. I am IPOB under chain of command. I always tell my people this, if you haven't forgotten, that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the highest commander. Most of you will always ask, who is the highest authority? It's Onyindu Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. And DOS are those that are piloting this struggle that we are now in this moment. And Mazi Shike Dozem is in charge. And IPOB is our family. And these three things that I mentioned, I must, what I said, I must defend it jealously. And I will rest my case here. My comrade, my brother, I want you to introduce yourself. Let us proceed. It's very, very important.
Thank you, my brother. Almost here, Biafra. IPOB, one family. One family.
IPOB.
My name is Mazi Achebe Paul. I'm Mazi Achebe Paul here from Omo. Omo is in Omambala province, Biafra land. And I am on that chain of command of IPOB. And before I proceed, I must greet the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom I call Ikukwana Afuanya, the breeze that you can see. And I say, anywhere you are, may Chukwu Okike Abiama, onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, guide and protect you wherever you are. You will live long. And I greet every IPOB leadership from the head to the last, to the least. I greet every one of you wherever you are. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, guide and protect you all. He said, thank you, my brother. We are here to set the record straight.
Yes, wonderful people, wonderful people. You all know that we are fighting for survival. You all know that we must keep on pushing this Biafran restoration. You all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that brought this ideology to us, because we have suffered a lot in that contraption called Daminibuzu. We did not start this way. We started by fixing Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once campaigned for one Nigeria. You know, we don't shy away from all those things. We say things the way it is. But most of the time, they will tell us to use political correctness. But that is not our pattern. But if the case may be, of course, we are going to help them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have once campaigned for one Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have once asked them, that is our problem. We did not hate anybody. We did not hate any tribe. But when some tribe is, trying to manipulate our people, and the main resources is coming from our land, that is when we begin to feel pains. That is why we cannot take it again. Our people are going away from their land. After they went to other country, I call it country. Yoruba land is a country on his own or her own. I don't know if it's a woman or a man. Arewa is the country on its own. But I don't know how you don't want to, fix things to be in order so that everyone will benefit the resources that are coming from one particular place. That is where our anger is. If it's like we have seaports, if it's like we have airports, international, I'm talking about international, like the way it is in Yoruba land, the way it is in northern part of Nigeria, we are not going to be here discussing about Biafran restoration. But we have gotten to that stage, which we have already crossing the Rubicon, and there is no way of returning back on this Biafran restoration project. I hope every one of you are paying attention. I want you people to know what we have today. We have a lot of things to discuss. We are going to discuss about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court. We are going to discuss about Mustafa I hope you people know about, because all this thing I'm stating here is going to be a video. You will listen very attentively and lend me your ear. We are going to discuss about Mustafa. And who is this Mustafa? Mustafa is a former Nigerian army major and intelligence officer who served as a chief security officer to General Sani Abacha. You know, you people have forgotten. We are bringing you history. We are bringing you the root of all this problem. And we are also going to discuss about the foundation that Nigeria were built on, which is the fraudulent foundation of Nigeria. We are going to show you people this. And we are going to also analyze the man in charge in the person of Mazi Chike Doziem. Yesterday, it wasn't a broadcast, but he said a lot of things. First and foremost, I welcome you all to welcome your friends and your families to join us. But Mazi Paul Achebe, let me come to you first. Remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged in the court, in the competent court, first in history, that people are now beginning to think that maybe Nigeria can work for them. Maybe people will begin to have some hope in Nigeria that, Mazi, are you still there?
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. People begin to think if Nigeria can work for them, if things can be able to change, if tomorrow somebody like Peter Obi wins election, they are going to give him the power to sit. That is where people are putting their energy. But we know that all these people, they are not going to get there. Even though they get there, nobody's going to give them the power. But a lot of people have put in their hope, because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to court, it's not the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that brought all the judges, the prosecutor, and rest of them, they were in the court. Nigeria by themselves are those that provide all these things to be able to nail or to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But at the end, the competent court see that there is this thing holds no water. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ran away for his life. It's only tree. Then they will say, we are coming to cut this tree. It will still remain there. But when you are telling a woman that has blood that I'm coming to kill you, of course, he must find a way to discharge himself. Because what we are saying today is that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu died in 2017 in Afaruku Ibegu, when the soldiers, the fighter jet, and battalion came to Afaruku Ibegu, if they be able to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there will be no court today. There will be no justice today. There is no going to be sitting on a round to begin to discuss about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But my question to you, Mazi Paul Achebe, my brother, my comrade, why do you think they are still holding the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today? And why do you think the Biafran politicians, the representatives, the red caps, those that were going to that place before are not saying anything today? Mazi, the floor is yours. And I'm going to bring a video as you are talking. Maybe when you get to that place, I'll hold you on and I'll bring a video for people to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting only for Biafra, but he wants Africa to develop and begin to contribute to the world GDP. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, the general himself. And I say thank you once again. You know, let us start with the hand that is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because first of all, I was thinking that the people that was holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are just Fulani Caliphate. But in recent time, I realized that the Fulani Caliphate are not the people that is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the people that are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the Igbo Caliphate, the Igbo politicians. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged and acquitted by the Nigerian court, which, according to the Nigerian constitution, it says that Nigerian court is independent entity, meaning Nigerian court cannot be controlled by the president or by any government or even any person in any form of governmental parastatals. So, but Nigerian herself have proven that the court of Nigeria is under the control of any person in the power. And they are now disgracing themselves internationally. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in one of his appearances in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, he said that I will disgrace them in their own court, and I will praise and I will destroy them and in their own court. And he warned Buhari that he cannot jail him. Before he made that very statement, he knows that he have not committed any crime known to any law in anywhere, not only in Nigeria, but internationally. Now, coming to the area, what is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You know, like I always tell people, we learn a lesson through the past event. And no event, no history. You cannot have history without having past tense, because whatever that is happening now is going to be history for our unborn children. Now, the people that are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the people who contributed money for his kidnap, who played a very vital role for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be kidnapped. And these people played the role of the Fulani Caliphate, because as it is now, the whole 99% of the Igbo politicians are under captive of the Fulanis. None of them have the freedom of their own. And it led for the Igbo youth, the upcoming one, those that think they are the leaders of tomorrow, to rise first, to rescue their own political leaders, religious leaders, the traditional rulers, because these people have been captured through bribe and through corruptions. None of them have their freedom, and they are being used by the Fulani as the things that is happening in the East today. Mazi Nnamdi, if these people have freedom, they can be able to ask the court to obey their own law and follow the rule of law. But because all of them have been indicted for one crime or the other, all of them are afraid for any person from the East to speak up now. It will be the actions from our own youth. Let me use the word, their own children, because I would say that our fathers are under captivities. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the only person under the captivities of the Fulani Caliphate, but 90 or 95% of the Igbo leaders are under the same captivity. You might be seeing them walking around. That is a movement of a slave. You know, a slave can be moving around doing things, but he's remained a slave. He don't have right, nor he or she don't have right to say or do things that he wants, but he must abide and do the rule of his own master, which is against his own wish. The appeal court of Nigeria discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they have seen there is no law. All the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot hold water, and they cannot cover a 7-month pregnancy. There is no way they can say you have committed this crime or do this or this. The only way they can use is to, before I say this, you can remember that the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted, the first statement that comes out from the Attorney General of the Federation in the person of Malami was that he will consult the Igbo elite before releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I ask, what concern the Igbo elite with the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Since the competent court have released him, why can't them go ahead and follow the rule of law? which they are the one who make that very law for themselves as an entity. But the question the Igbos, we the Biafrans fail to ask is this: who are the Igbo elite Malami consulted, and after some weeks he now come back and say that they are going to take appeal for a stay of execution? Those Igbo elite that was consulted, they are the people disobeying the court order in Nigeria, because they instructed Malami to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against her own constitution, which, when I say her own, I mean Nigeria, because every country is a woman, because they keep on growing. It's only women that give birth. I know men play a vital role by impregnating them, but you can use the word her. Now, the people that is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the Igbo elite, the people that want Igbo presidency, thinking that Peter Obi can become the president. But they failed to ask question in what happened in 2014 when Jonathan was the president. And there was a national confab which every ethnic groups come together in Abuja, and they spend a lot of millions in that very confab. And end of the day, they agreed for a total restructuring of the Nigeria. The people that are clamoring for P2B to become president did not ask Jonathan, why did you fail to implement that confab as a president who has a veto power to do some certain things? Why did you fail? Jonathan failed because after that confab, you need to submit it to the upper chamber. I mean the Nigerian parliament, being controlled, which we all know as Nigerian lawmakers or the senators. And the senators are the people who will now pass the bill for that very confab to take place. Who are these senators? Anambra, for example, has only 3 senators. Imo has only 3 senators. All the states in the east has only 3 senators, making it that the 5 states from the east have only 15 senators. 6 states from the south, as they call it, has 18 senators. 18 plus 15 gives you 33, if I'm not mistaken. Now, how can a 33 senator challenge? Nigeria has 109 senators. When you take away 33 senators from 109, you will still have 76 senators. How can, out of the 76, the North has, I think, about 50 something, and the remaining one is for the Yorubas. Automatically, the North control the Senate. If you like, make an Igbo man the Senate president, majority will always carry the vote, and he cannot rule against the majority. That have already made P2B incompetent if he comes in power, because everything he's going to do will be based on the senators, what the senators decide, and he cannot work against the parliament. And that is why whatever you are seeing today is not just coming from the Buhari as a president. It's coming from the Senate, led by Lawan. So these are the factors the people supporting P2B need to put in a place, consider, and calculate. Know that you cannot send somebody to come to be there when you know that the people surround the person will not favor you. They can only use the person to get what they want, and it will not make you close your mouth, because when you say marginalization, but they'll tell you your brother is there, talk to your brother. When that your brother rise to say something, they will use the Senate to suppress him, and the president cannot come out to tell that the senators are stopping him, because if he says so, it will be a disgrace to himself. So I put it to Biafrans that the hour and the time have come for we to rise up to rescue our leaders, because if we want them to act, what we do is to first of all free them. you must release a dog from the chain before you will.
Mazi Achebe, are you saying that the Biafran elites, they are under siege? Are you saying that they are not free people? They are under bondage?
Exactly.
Yeah,
they are a perfect example of living in bondage. And all of them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more free than those you see walking outside as Igbo politicians.
And again, Mazi Achebe, as you are continuing, because we are discussing, according to what you said, is what I'm going to use against you. It may be positively, it may be negatively.
Yes, that is what I use to judge people, most especially the infiltrators leader.
Thank you. You know, yes, we are here to learn at the same time to ask questions and understand the ethics of this movement that we are into. Mazi, if I may ask you, you know, a lot of people have been saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is nobody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot do anything. Some people have said that he should come back to that contraption called Daminebu Zoo. I mean, the second time. He came the first time. They arrested him, they put him in jail and released him, and they wanted to assassinate him. As at the same time, he escaped the assassination and he came back again. But now, a lot of people have been saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is nobody. But why are they not releasing somebody that they said that is not nobody? But Mazi, before you continue, let us see this video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it's also about what you're saying. Let us see this video. Let us see this video, because he did this video because, you know, a lot of people are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is only fighting for Biafran people. We don't even know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also fighting for the common Fulanese. Because when you see all those Alamajiris in the street of northern part of Nigeria, there is no job, there is nothing. They believe in feudal system. Some people will begin to control them, you know, putting them like as a, you know, when you have a poultry, I know some of you that have a poultry, you know how to put a chicken in a poultry. That is the way they is. But Mazi, let us listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before you continue, please.
Come closer. All of you come.
They should come.
They should come closer. Allow them to come here.
Go closer.
Come.
Allow
him to come. These people, their children are in DSS custody. They've been there for about 5 years. For 5 years without trial. That's what they do in this country. Very terrible. Over 2,000 people locked down there without trial. And this is not justice in any way, shape, or form. As Mary Wollstonecraft said, what makes you human is ability to reason. Here, people don't reason. That's why they're detained. Their children have been there for a very long time. Usman Abubakar is in detention. Mokhtar Omar is in detention, and DSS, they don't want to bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamo is also there. Belief is also there. Says Chimesi and the rest of them. For 5 years, they're still in detention.
I think we are going to listen to it once again, because it's very, very important. The names he called.
Come closer. All of you come.
They should come.
They should come closer. Allow them to come here.
Go closer.
Come.
Allow him to come. Allow him to come. Come closer.
These people, their children are in DSS custody. They've been there for about 5 years.
All right, 5 years.
For 5 years without trial. That's what they do in this country. Very terrible. Over 2,000 people locked down there.
2,000 people.
Without trial.
Without trial.
And this is not justice in any way, shape, or form. As Mary Wollstonecraft said, what makes you human is ability to reason.
They don't have
Here, people don't reason.
They lack.
That's why they're detained. Their children have been there for a very long time.
Now listen.
Usman Abubakar is in detention. Mokhtar Omar is in detention, and DSS, they don't want to bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamo is also there. Belief is also there. Says Chimesi and the rest of them. For 5 years, they're still in detention.
All right. Mazi, I want you to continue, please. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself, Mazi. Unmute yourself. Thank you.
Sorry for that. After I listened to this very comment from our leader, the only people that comes to my mind are the late Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, the late president of Libya, in the person of Muammar Gaddafi. These two people were massacred, killed by the Western world. Why I use them as an example is that these people don't only think nor fight for themselves. Thomas Sankara was killed because he wanted to liberate and make Burkina Faso a great nation, for Burkina Faso to start competing with the world, most especially the Western world, so that Africa can be great. And Muammar Gaddafi was killed because he still have the same mindset and mentality to make Africa great, not just to make Libya great. But Muammar Gaddafi was murdered because he wanted to make Africa unite. Now, when you bring these people to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu vision, you will see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the pure definition of a freedom fighter. He is not fighting just to liberate Biafra people. In one of his broadcasts, he said after the restoration of Biafra, he is not interested in becoming any president. He will continue doing his work to liberate Africa.
Yes, yes.
He said that. What does that mean? It means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for a Yoruba man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for a Fulani man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for an Hausa man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Ishekiri Urobo man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Igbo man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Ambazonia. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Anglophone and Francophone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for every black race in this world to have freedom. And they have demonstrated that in this very clip, because the people he mentioned here, they are not Biafrans, neither they are Igbo tribes. They are Fulanis and Hausas. And he met them in detention and he fought for their freedom. And he said here, over 2,000 people were detained without trial. And he acted and worked for them. Believe you me, after that clips, those people were brought to court after 1 month, and most of them were released. I mean, that is a characteristic of a freedom fighter. For those of you, like he said, that says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is nobody, and they want him to come back for the second time. No, that is not the second time. That was the third time, because the first person that arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was Olusegun Obasanjo.
And the Mazi, you have come back again. You know, that's why I love this this business that we are doing. You know, and you're right. The first time was Olusegun Obasanjo, and people
yes.
they did not have an idea. And do you know that Obasanjo now, people are seeing Obasanjo as a messiah? Do you know that Obasanjo now, and when he was a president, he did not change anything. Obasanjo was there killing our people in Oti. But today, they are seeing Obasanjo as a messiah. Mazi, continue. Thank you very much for that. Reminding us that.
Obasanjo arrested him, and later he was freed. When people started, you must come, because our people always say, come to Nigeria and prove yourself. Mazi never come to Nigeria without announcing it. He announced it that he is coming, and he came, and they arrested him for the second time. And after that, when he was granted bail in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, in 2017, sorry, he was given a condition that he cannot stay in a place where there is more than 10 people. What does that mean? That is a trap to make him to stay away from his own people, because only his family members is more than 10 people. That means anytime any person is coming to visit him, he have to send his father and mother or his siblings away to accommodate people, visitors, so that they will not be more than 10. As a leader, and a fearless one for that matter, he defied all those odds, and he marched, he lead. Even one-on-one in Abakaliki, We see what happened before, in Abakaliki when the police and army tried to stop them, and they wanted for his head. So anyone trying to play a role of a leadership now should first of all take that lead that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken to show us that you have what it takes to be a disciple. Because when you read Bible, the disciples of Christ, they did more than Christ, most especially the Apostle Paul, who wrote the Corinthians, the Romans, and the rest. He performed. So you have to show us what you have, not hiding under somebody to be scamming. That is for that. Now let us come back to Obasanjo, whom some people are looking as a messiah because he is playing the role of British, the script of British. Most of us, or most of the people looking at Obasanjo as a messiah, I will use the word, is either they are kindergarten when Obasanjo was president, or they are adult child. When I say adult child, they are matured, but they don't have they don't know what is playing on. Let me draw their brain back.
Mazi, in a correct way, they lack ability to reason. They lack it. There's no ability there. There is, continue, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There is one Igbo man from Nnewi, if I'm not mistaken. He has a company called Ibeto. He is a producer of producing cement and other things, to the extent having Ibeto motorcycle, who removed the certificate for him to stop producing cement and competing with people like Dangote and the rest, and Dan Tata. It was Obasanjo who closed every seaport and everything that the East, the Igbos has. It was under the regime of Obasanjo. Obasanjo single-handedly gave Dangote the license to produce everything and take away the license from every Igbo man. Obasanjo was the person who massacred Udi. Up till today, there is no people are clamoring for Udi clean up, but the genocide committed in Udi, Biafra land, was carried by Obasanjo. Let me refresh their memory again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to Israel to seek for help. What did Israel say to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Israel said to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he should go to Obasanjo, that Obasanjo is a spy. So Obasanjo he played a vital role in bringing the damage the people are bringing, that our people are passing through today. Obasanjo masterminded everything that you see today that the Igbos and Biafrans are suffering.
Gospel, preach the gospel, preach the gospel.
Now, not only that, when Obasanjo looked that Biafra is about to be restored and there is no any card to play, the only thing Obasanjo did to punish the Biafran people is to meet the British and tell British, since Atiku will become the next president of Nigeria and they will use the money of Tinubu to sponsor Atiku, the only way to distract and put disunity in Igbo land is by bringing an Igbo person. And as a former head of state and as a former president of the Federal Republic of the Zoo, I have to play this role by bringing someone, and I will endorse him to confuse people thinking that I am standing with the person.
Gospel.
Obasanjo told Britain, bring P2B, but he must be campaigning from one inconsequential party so that he will not have what it takes to win the election. These are the interests. Everything I am telling you here, go and make research. After P2B visited the British, they gave him the script that he will be playing. The next day, when he returned to Nigeria, he decamped from PDP to the Labour Party, or we call it Mushroom Party. The question I ask people today is that if P2B really want to promote the Igbos, What happened to the party that make him the governor of Anambra State? Why can't him join APOGA? If he really loves the Igbos, is fighting for the Igbos, at least for APOGA to use this opportunity to reclaim Imo State, reclaim Abia State, and even try to reclaim Enugu State. But Peter Obi did not go there. He still went and joined a Fulani party again, which is Labour Party. Today, Obasanjo is endorsing Peter Obi because he knows that Peter Obi goes nowhere. That is to destabilize the activities of IPOB, to cause division in Biafra, which he has succeeded because our people has what I call chicken brain, which you can deceive them with just ordinary corn. You can use it to deceive our people. Now, they now tell you that Peter Obi is the Messiah. If Peter Obi is the Messiah, Obasanjo has power in PDP. Obasanjo has power in APC. Why didn't Obasanjo pick Peter Obi and sponsor him to win the ticket under the PDP? Because if PDP has a structure, PDP has all it takes to take over the mantle from the dead man called Buhari and the dead party called APC. Why didn't Obasanjo, with all his connections, home and abroad, internationally and locally, why can't he put Peter Obi in PDP? But he knows that if he puts Peter Obi in PDP, Peter Obi will win, and he has a structure, and he will have senators and the House of Representatives that will back him up as a backbone. The question I want to ask those people that are shouting Obi, who are the backbones of Obi? Do they think that Anambra State is Nigeria? Anambra is made up of only Igbo, one people that understand what development is all about. When Peter Obi won in Anambra and through court and the other things, we know everything that transpired that very time. Peter Obi was impeached in Asaba, not even in Oka. In Asaba. Now, if Peter Obi can be impeached in Asaba by only Igbos, what will happen to Peter Obi where he don't have any Labour Party senator, where he don't have any Labour Party House of Representatives? Who and who will he be having a party meeting with? Are you going to have a party meeting with ministers to run a Nigeria where there is senator and the speakers? These are the things our people need to understand, that Obasanjo is being used to frustrate and divide the Igbos and cause mayhem on the land of Biafra. The earlier we realize that Obasanjo is the devil incarnate that the British are using. Obasanjo is a spy for British. Many of you don't know this. Anything the British want to do today, they must consult Obasanjo in as much as it has something to do with Nigeria. And Obasanjo will tell them, I am your willing tools. Use me as you want. And when he is talking A, he is doing B. I want to ask people, before 1999, the Igbos have already taken over Nigerian economy. Igbos have already started dominating Nigerian political affairs. But the moment Obasanjo stepped in as a Nigerian president, everything that was allocated to the Igbo man through Ibrahim Babangida and even Abacha and there is one another person, Obasanjo take it away from the Igbos. And that is why you see Igbos today suffering in Nigeria economy. I will drop it here, but until our people understand that the Igbos, the Obasanjo is the devil that is dealing with Igbos directly and indirectly, and the Peter Obi is nobody before Nigerian government. Even people say that it's a shameful thing to mention his name. That is for you people to know the class they are. Once you submit yourself to be a slave, you become irrelevant before the people that own the country. You must stand on your ground. Like I said earlier, the youth need to rise up to save the leaders so that the leaders can have freedom to be able to fight for us when the time comes. Thank you, my comrade.
Thank you very much, Maza Shebe. What you bring to us is a history. Of course, a lot of our people always forgot easily. That is the problem of our people. They cannot observe. They cannot think for a long term. That is why you see Fulani people today. All this jihadism, all this, the movement of jihadism have been planned for many years. They have planned this for many years. Even though you can see Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started, that is not up to 20 years, people have already started complaining when Biafra is coming. But you have forgotten that what Fulani are doing today have been planned more than 100 years ago. You know, sometimes our people think to get freedom is like you are in prison. There is something different, prison and freedom. I want our people to understand that what Mazi Ashebe said is a truth. Obasanjo is an agent. Obasanjo is a double face. Obasanjo don't mean good for any one of you, even though the Yoruba people that they think that he came from there. Obasanjo is the agent of Lucifer. Obasanjo now have turned to a good person. But that is the case. You know, African people, they don't think. Mostly people that find themselves in that contraption, they don't even think. Now, I want us to go to the man in charge. He did a broadcast yesterday on fundraising in America. I want us to pay very big attentively and listen very careful. Mazi Ashebe Paul, as this video is going to be playing, as you are listening to it and our audience are also listening, if you want me to stop it, I'm going to stop it. If you want to add something, I stop it for you. Then you say something. We continue because we are here to analyze the man in charge, Mazi Chike Doziem, on absent of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one in charge. Listen to me. If you like, you go and hit your head on the wall. If you like, you sink. If you like, whatever you want, you do. Who cares? Now, let us pay attention to this. Broadcast of Mazi Chike Doziem. Mazi Chike Doziem, we want to let you know that we love you. We want to let you know that you must continue. We want to let you know that we, the media warriors, are in support of you. They may cry river, they may do whatever they want to do. At the end, all of them will bow because we are here to support you on this struggle on absent of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now let us listen to Mazi Paul Ashebe and our audience. They want to know Chineke.
So that the spirit of the attack has been, leading each and every one of you, that you have remained despite the challenges and despite the difficulties. You have remained very focused. You have remained very dedicated and committed and devoted and loyal, above all, to the leader of this very beautiful movement, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to ask Chukwukike to continue to bless each and every one of you that are holding forth in the United States of America. I want also to commit every Biafran, wherever you may be tonight, in the four corners of the world. I want to commit each and every one of you into the hand of most merciful Chukwabia, our Creator and our Father. And yes, I'm aware now that we are actually live, and those who may be hearing my voice this night, the structure that the women demanding and trying to put in place specifically to safeguard our lands, to safeguard our farms, to safeguard our forests, and to ensure that our women, our mothers, our fathers, and the youths of Biafra engage in their activities in our farmlands is secured. This very structure that he put in place, the Eastern Security Network, their responsibility is well and clearly stated for them. Those who go about using the name of the ESN to commit crimes, abominations, to desecrate our land, to in fact defy the holy land of Biafra. I want to ask you to stop tonight. You may not have another opportunity. You will not have another opportunity if you do not stop from committing crimes and using the name of the ESN to commit crimes in our land. And in the hope that those who sent you will attribute these crimes onto the leader of this great movement. Why I'm asking you to stop tonight is that after tonight, you will only be responsible for what will happen to you. The time for repentance is now. And repentance that I mean is that those you that have been made to be agent provocateurs in our land and in our midst, going about committing all manners and sorts of crimes and saying IPOB has done that, using helping the enemy to demonize this very.
Can you pause it, please?
Yes, I have to pause it, Mazi Paul Achebe. Before you continue, my comrade, Mazi Paul Achebe, I want our audience to understand that this is a new video. This is a yesterday video. This is a yesterday video. It's not an old video. Because I know that some of you, you people don't even understand. You people don't know that every one of us have their pattern on this quest of self-determination. Every one of us cannot be aggressive. That is why also in the Bible, they told you they have some radical prophets. They have some, pure water's own. But some people don't even understand. They think that what we are doing is of Facebook freedom fighting. They think that who shout most, who, raise his voice most. That is not the reason why we're here. We are here with intelligent people, people that reason and understand the ethics of this movement. Mazi Paul Achebe, I want you to continue. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. Thank you. Like there is a statement Mazi Chike Doziem made here, and it's very important for us to bring it down to a layman understanding because, English is not our language. There is nothing like a simple and correct English. If you don't understand English, you don't understand it. Whether simple or grammar, you don't understand it. Now, when he said the people who are committing crime with the name Eastern Security Network should stop and they repent, I want to expatiate it the more so that our people will understand. Before you commit crime, you will know the consequences, what that your crime is going to lead you to, and not only lead you, what the enemies will use that single crime you committed to do. There are different things of making the Biafran land ungovernable for the slave caliphate in order to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And there is another different thing of committing crime Committing crime is not part of a struggle, a movement, a freedom fighting.
Mazi, I want to say something before you continue, please.
Go ahead.
You know, a lot of people, they see what the write-up that I pasted on this screen. I know that a lot of people will wonder, why should I put such a thing? I want to let our people know that we are fair. You know, I put that write-up that Mazi Chike Doziem is on Zama to let people understand. You don't even know who is Mazi Chike Doziem. You never spoke with him before. You never sit with him before. Probably you are not part of us. You are not an IPOB member, but you will come here and write what you don't know. You understand? I want to let people know that we are fair. We want to bring out the articles of people so that they will see the idiocy in them. Mazi, continue. I want to clear them so they will know. We know what we are doing.
So now, when you are using the name of Eastern Security Network to commit crime, know that you are not a freedom fighter, number one. Number two, you are helping the enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when we call you a saboteur, know that your act and your activities are that of a saboteur. Those that's against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because one, you are not part of Eastern Security Network. You don't know how Eastern Security Network operates. You know nothing about them, and you are impersonating them. That is a crime. Another thing, kidnapping. What is your motive of kidnapping your own brother? Did you kidnap a Fulani henchman and you see IPOB complaining? The answer is no. Did you kidnap Fulani or kill Fulani cows that is causing catastrophe in our land? You did not do that. And you want to make you want to show that you have a muscle. You went and kidnapped your own brother who is doing nothing but contributing for the well-being of the Biafra land. You kidnap him and you come out and say Woto Woto is the code. How can you be kidnapping your brother, killing your own brothers, and you say the Woto Woto is the... That is what our people should know. Automatically, you are telling the Nigerian government that, because when I say I am ESN and I engage myself in kidnapping, the Nigerian government will take the video and forward it to the UN, United Nations. Look at them. They are now kidnapping. Then the UN have to question the leadership of IPOB. Is kidnapping part of the freedom fighting your people are doing? You told us that Eastern Security Network was formed to protect the Biafra land from the Fulani terrorists. How come kidnapping is now part of the protection, and you did not kidnap a Fulani man that is terrorizing your land? You kidnap your own brother because you see him riding a Lexus 330 or 350 or Venza.
And again, Mazi, Paul Ashebe, I have to also ship something in, because when you are saying about these Fulani people, some people don't even understand what we are talking about. We are not talking about the common Fulanis. We are not talking about the Alamajiris roaming around on the street of northern part of Nigeria, begging for food. We are talking about those people that are coming to take over our territory. We are talking about those terrorists that are coming from Chad, Niger, Mali, trooping into that contraption. You know, they have already said they are going to sink their Quran into Atlantic Ocean. We want our people to understand what we are saying. Mazi, continue, please.
Thank you for that direction. And when I say Fulani henchman, when I say Fulani, I mean the terrorists, the one proscribed by the Nigerian government, the bandits. You are not dealing with them. So automatically, anyone using the name ESN to commit crime, what does that? The person is on a mission to give Nigerian government a proof to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down and to stop IPOB from restoring Biafra. Because what the world is looking for, as I'm speaking to you, are you people aware that the British is begging and lobbying United States of America to proscribe IPOB? Because them, as people that colonize Nigeria, they don't want to be the first to proscribe IPOB. They want external body from them to do it so that they will follow the suit. The only thing that made the international community to not to proscribe IPOB is because they don't see any single evidence to show that IPOB has a criminal or violence activities. Now, they are using some idiotic imbecile to now disguise themselves as ESN, and they will go and kidnap. And by kidnapping and robbing people, you are drawing the wrath of the Nigerian military and the police. If you want Nigerian military and police to leave our Biafra land, I have said it in one of my videos. It's very simple. Make sure that Biafra land is very calm. When there is no criminal activities in Biafra land, then you will be able to ask the Fulanese terrorists, what are you people mounting this checking point for? Take it out, and you can now come out with a peaceful protest that there must not be a checking point in our land. There is no criminal activities. But in as much as you are engaging in criminality, they will have excuse and reasons to be in Biafra land. And while they are there, they are not there to checkmate the activities of a Fulani henchman. They are there to rob and rape you and kidnap you. And they will come out. The same military people that will kill you, after killing you, they will burn one vehicle. And their agent will run and come out on social media like a mad, naked person. Woto is the code. You did not ask yourself, what is the woto all about? You have to think. So at this point, the IPOB leadership have given the criminal imbecile the last chance, because like the Bible said that we give the sinners a long rope. The long rope have been extended to the criminality in Biafra land. This is the last chance for you to drop that your arms and stop your criminality, because you might not get this opportunity of warning again. Your next warning might be on a spot where your two hands will turn to one hand, your two legs will turn to one leg, and after your video, you will join your ancestors to go and tell your chi, why do you decide to become the evidence that will be used against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the Nigerian court and before the international bodies? So bear it in mind. Stay away from criminality, because not just kidnapping, you are making yourself a willing tool to become evidence against IPOB and against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Stay away from criminality so that it will not be used.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Let's continue. Like I said, like I always tell my people, we are on new phase of media campaign continues to free Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have left all those vagabonds, the inconsequential, the buffoons. We have left them.
Exactly.
Their videos we end on their platform.
Simple.
Because we promote them. We want to let them know that they are nobody anymore. And today they are crying. They are crying, and they will keep on crying because we have moved forward. Maz, let's not continue on this. I want you people to pay attention. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. We are going to be analyzing every single thing that Mazi Chike, Dozien, the man in charge. You will keep on crying river. You will keep on crying river. We have said it out with that number. The position of Onyendu is there, but on absent of Onyendu, Mazi Chike Dozien is in charge. One day very soon. I'm telling you, heart attack will catch you very, very soon. Mazi, let us continue, please. or they are very important.
Very heaven-obeying government and struggle. Tonight, you must stop. The world shall take witness. Whatever will happen after tonight, and anyone who continues to engage in criminal activities in the land of Biafra using ESN or IPOB, you alone shall be responsible for what happens to you, not IPOB and not ESN. Because, as I always say, when the spirits around get involved, as they have gotten involved, this battle is or will be beyond what you have realized or what you know. I'll leave it at that. Now we are back to the reason why we're here today. These young men and women, these very dedicated, hardcore authorities of the Static Network, they that have devoted their lives and time, they that have denied themselves every outcome and form of comfort to sleep in the forest, whether it rains or the sun shines. In fact, they have made their home with the inhabitants of forests, also of animals. These young men, these heroes and heroines, they need our support. Our support not only financially, but they need that we all, in our quiet moments and every time we call upon the creator of heaven and earth, we call upon Chukwuabiyama. We must put them in prayer, as we also must put Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who currently is in the hand of the enemy, in our daily prayers. Those of you that wake up in the morning and you bring the cola to ancestors, you must put these young men and women, as you call upon the spirits of our land and call upon our ancestors, that they must continue to guide them, give them wisdom, make ways for them, protect them, and give them strength. And of course, our leader must as well, above all things, be committed into the hands of our ancestors and the spirit that gather around. Each and every one of you.
Mazi Paul Ashebe, I want to draw you closer to this. You know, the head of the Electorate of State, he said about our men in the forest. You know, they have to be protected. You know, they are not animals, they are human beings. I don't know if you have anything to say to them, to encourage them at the same time, because we are about to, we are analyzing this thing, because sometimes some people think that those people in the bush, they don't have family, they don't have wives, they don't have kids. Some of them are there because they want to protect our land. They want to defend our territory. Mazi, do you have anything to tell them, please? It's very, very important.
Yes, in the area that the Eastern Security Network need to be protected, I know some people will be asking, how can you be protecting someone that has materials to protect you? Or how can you be protecting someone that is protecting you? I will give you an example how you can protect someone that is protecting you. And I will use the recent activities that happened in Enugu State, Amufu to be precisely. We can recall back that ESN was sent in that very place to protect them. And the leadership of that very village contracted the military and started pointing hands. And some of them was arrested. So at that point, the people who supposed to protect them betrayed them. by calling the enemies to show them where they are. You, as an entity or as an individual or as a community, it is your duty to make sure that you did not give out the locations of Eastern Security Network, because there are some people's husband, there are some people's only child. So you can protect them by closing your mouth. Even when you were asked, do you know anyone who is Eastern Security Network? Your answer should be no. You know nothing. Then beat you, then slap, you know nothing. That is how you protect them. When you have a basket mouth, you become a betrayer of the people who are protecting you. It's like a man who hired a security guard to protect him, and they call on criminals to tell him, this is when my bodyguard always be with his gun. This is the same time he don't be with. You can attack him when he is not with the gun. You give out your bodyguard, knowing that this bodyguard will protect you. So our people need to protect the ESN by not telling the military and the zoo police, and stop collaborating with the Fulani mercenaries, most especially the hunters. It is your duty to zip up your mouth, even when you see something going on. So that is the area you need to protect them. And the second phase of helping to protect them is when you see that Fulani is coming to your community, don't give them the chances. Don't give your land. You need to start a fight before inviting ESN. You don't fold your hands and the Fulani will be slaughtering you. All you can do is to take a phone and start videoing it. We don't need such videoing. What we expect from the youth is to mobilize yourself and start fighting. While you are fighting, the women and our age mothers has a phone. Tell them to put a call, or one person can put that call. But the rest will start fighting. You have already helped the ESN. You don't leave the fight for them alone. And our brothers, for those of you whom your brother or your sister is among the ESN, you don't go about bragging that you have a brother in ESN.
Mazia Achebepo, please, the Rapture Media Technical Director, your attention needed. Your attention needed. People are complaining so much. Your attention needed, please. Continue, Mazia Achebepo. Before we continue, please. Thank you.
When your brother is in ESN, you don't go about bragging that you have a brother. The moment you open your mouth and say you have a brother in ESN, you have sold that your brother out without collecting money. You have failed to protect that your brother, because you can be arrested and you will be tortured, and you make your picture, the picture of your brother, available for the zoo agent. At that point, you have betrayed your brother, and not only your brother, with the men he stayed with. So when you have a brother in there, zip up your mouth. Tell people you know nothing about ESN. Don't go about bragging about it. That is area most of people betray ESN unknowingly. And when you swear you have not betrayed, you can equally die, because you did it unknowingly. You did it indirectly. That is why they tell you ignorance is not an excuse before the law. And I must tell our Eastern Security Network, those of you who have access for internet, you don't put your pictures or not threatening, or although you are not doing that, because I have not seen anyone doing it. I have not come across. I must tell you the truth. But in the other hands, if someone is telling you, I need to communicate, like those of us in abroad, we say, Mazi, I need your contact so that I can send you something. You don't need, if I want to send you something, I have IPOB ESN account. I know Maz Chike doesn't, the instruction he gave, how to pay your ESN money. We don't need to contact you people direct. We have to follow the procedures. Everyone has coordinator. Tell your coordinator you want to send their food money, not for any other thing, for ESN. Believe you me, that money will reach to them. And after you send it, if you have a doubting spirit, you can confirm from the superior coordinator or superior officer to know if your money will reach to the where you want it to reach. You have every right to monitor your fund. When you give your coordinator, you have right to ask your national, are you aware or this social amount of ESN arrive? I mean, when you give reasonable money, not when you give 50 euro, you 10,000 naira, you start disturbing coordinator or making a noise on social media. I mean, when you give something that is reasonable, so that you will not go and give 10 euro and say, Mazi, my money. I have to be specific before they will now say, say, if we give money, go and monitor it. Before you know it, all of them will be carrying call. National, I give 10 euro. You see, how can National see 10 euro? How? So when you give a reasonable money, you can monitor it because it will shake the pulse of IPOB. And once such shake come in, everybody will notice it. So that is the only thing I would say in the area of ESN. They must know that every Biafrans, not only IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every Biafrans are solidly in their support behind them. And we must let them know that morning, afternoon, and night we are praying for them. And we are with them. They are our hope. They must know that they have the burden of over 80 million Biafrans in their shoulder. They are not just fighting for their family. They are fighting for every Biafrans.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Let them know that. Yes. Thank you and remain blessed.
Yes, thank you very much for this wonderful, support to our men on the ground, because we hope on these people. All this shouting you are seeing me every single day coming out here. Of course, sometimes I feel bad in my heart. I want to stop, but I can't, because this is where I find myself. We must continue. We are not going to stop. We must continue. Let us continue on Mazi Chike Doziem, the man in charge, on absent of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the man in charge. Everybody must report to him, whether you like it or whether you don't like it or you can go out there and begin to cry river. You must report to him. Let us continue.
That have made out this time tonight to be here, and subsequent previously. You have made out the time because you know what this struggle is all about. You understand what freedom means. You may have tested it wherever you are just domiciled at the moment. But I can assure you that the freedom that people have tested in every other land where they say that they are democratic and civilized. Don't forget, the beginning of all civilization is speaking a lot of geographical, whatever, using geographical terminology that people may not understand. But he's telling you simply that is the beginning of the earth as we know it. 0 longitude, 0 latitude. That's where it starts. And you can see we have all run away from that very beginning of humanity and seeking refuge in other lands and people in other people's lands and countries. Will you be part, truthfully, honestly, religiously? Will you be part of those who will restore the fallen walls, who will rebuild the fallen walls, who will rebuild and restore the fallen places? I ask you tonight, It is a conversation that you must make within yourself and by yourself alone. And the decisions are all going to be yours. Of course, I heard what the man said about those who will come at the time that Biafra independence will materialize. They will come with complete grammar. The world is listening, and the world is hearing me tonight. The world is listening to me tonight. And Oyende has said, the Biafra that we are restoring is not the one that you will bring your Asambodo and show in our faces and tell us you have MMS, they are whatever that you may have acquired. But you will be waiting. You must ask yourself, go and read the history of the Kosovarians when they were fighting for their own independence. I can tell you tonight, and you can quote me, it is not going to be a free entry for you. Mazedozim is saying it. It will not be a free entry for you if you never supported this struggle. This Biafra we are seeking will come. It is not in the hand of man.
Can you pause it?
It is not in the hand of Britain.
There is some point he made here, and believe you me, some people are betraying and sabotaging this very struggle because of that. When he said that, like Onyendu we say, when Biafra is restored, you cannot come with just I am a graduate, I have a master's degree, then because of that, let me go there. Do you know that some people just came in once they hear that Biafra is about to restore? They now come in. I am a professor. I am a master. I am an engineer. This and that, so that you can. This word goes to the people who are saying, most especially, sorry to use this word, the one that say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. For that, I'm in charge. In Biafra struggle, you cannot say Mazi Chike Doziem is my brother. For that, you now behave as you like. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. For that, you now start behaving as you like. You must have something upstairs. If you are a mechanical engineering and you come out and say you are a mechanical engineering, the only way you can take any post that has to do with mechanical engineering is by taking you and put you in the field, and you bring out what you say you are. Unable to bring out that thing, you will be taken out. That does not mean that you will not be positioned in a way you are capable. But you cannot tell us where to fix you because you go to school. That is to tell you that most especially those that are graduate in Nigerian universities know you today that you are not qualified to take any position in Biafra land. Because if you are qualified, we could have been seeing Nigerian construction companies, Nigerian manufacturing companies. At least we could have been seeing a Nigerian telephone and other things. So those of you who will come that you have a master class in this, it's not theory we are going to do in Biafra land, but practical. It's based on what you can offer, what you have in your brain, what you can be able. There's nothing like my brother, like what is happening in Aso Rock, and some of lazy brothers are using their brother to be feeding their family, because it's only a failed brother that will be hiding under the incarceration of his or her brother to be feeding his own family instead of going to work. This statement nowhere is going. And you have this, you have this. It's not for Biafra land. If you don't have handwork, please try to have one. Like Mazi Chike Doziem and Mazi China Sanworu say, if you are in Biafra land, you don't need to leave Biafra land. Go and learn one or two things, because Biafra is fast approaching. We don't know the date, but I can assure you that restoration of Biafra have crossed 80% for it to come.
Mazi Achebe Paul, why you don't know the date now? You can also give us date. Why are you running away? You can also give us the date.
It's only a scammer that gives date, so that you will not believe. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never given you a date. He only tell you have 3 strategies to restore Biafra, and out of the 3, he knows the 3. And the other, UHMF4 knows 1, which all of us know. So the 2, which is the key to Biafra restoration, is known by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why he is called the Supreme Leader. And that is why I call him Ikukwana Afwanya. The breeze you can see, he knows what he's doing. So Mazi Chike Doziem knows what he's doing, because some of you will look at his face, very gentle and calm. You will say, what does this man know? It's not about coming to social media to be shouting, oh, 91 days, Biafra is come, 10 days, Biafra have come, I will keep Buhari, I will bring this, when you know that he has nothing to offer. Like they say, an empty vessels make the loudest noise. People that are loaded with wisdom and knowledge, they don't talk anyhow. They are very calculative before speaking. That is why Chike Doziem can never come on anywhere to deny his word. Before he says something, he knows what he's saying. Not like all those people that will come and tell you, I only have 1 lie. Who asked you to lie that 1 lie before coming to admit it? So
okay, they say only 1 lie they have lied. They say they have lied only. Okay, no problem. I don't.
Who asked you to lie the lie, and what is the motive of lying the lie?
Let us proceed on this.
So let us move on,
because we have a lot of videos to show our people.
Exactly.
Of course, we have to talk about the man in charge. Of course, we don't care if you are here or not here. This is the person we are following on absent of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is the man every one of you have to obey to. You must follow his instruction. Whether you like him or whether you hate him or you don't have to like him. You see, there's a video of an Indian man. The man is a lecturer. When I say lecturer, not in university. Because, you know, when we say lecturer, you think it's only in university. What we are doing now, we are lecturing people. We are also a lecturer, because we are no more in kindergarten. When you see my age, I'm that level to begin to lecture people. You can call me also a lecturer. The man said, do you know the reason why you have a leader? You believe in his ideology. You see that the person is bringing progress. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like him as a person. You don't have to like the way he dresses. That is not your problem. Your problem is for you to think deeply and know if this person is bringing progress. Now you understand what I'm talking about. Let us proceed on Mazi Chike Doziem, the man in charge. This time around. Let's continue, please.
It is not in the hand of the United States. Neither is it in the hand of the European Union. They know that they are.
And Mazi, there is something he said here, but let us continue. He said, the Biafran Restoration Project is not in the hands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not in the hands of European Union. It's not hand in America. I know some people will twist it. We know what he's talking about, but let us proceed. We will talk about this later. Let us proceed. Because small time they will say, is he against Mazi? Our people, black people, you people are something else. Let us continue.
They are trying to delay the emergence of the Biafran nation because they know who you are. You probably do not know who you are. But I am comforted and I am strengthened in the fact that there are many of you who still understand why our leader is suffering. Many of you who understand that notwithstanding all the, very I'm looking for the proper word to use for this. not taking into account that the enemy has been concentrating on how to ensure that he renounces this very movement and this very struggle. He has remained faithful. Onyemazi Nnamdi has remained very, very committed. And he has told us he will never disappoint us. We shall ask ourselves tonight, are you among those who want to disappoint him? I and my family, we have made our choice. We will not disappoint Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, neither will we disappoint the Biafran people. Biafra will come in our lifetime, not that it will come in our lifetime. All of you here who have made it your duty, your responsibility to put in your widow's mind, your ideas, your time. It is for you, for your children, and for our born children, and especially for those of our people who are suffering in our land. It is for them that we are all doing what we are doing, and I want to encourage you to continue on that path. Tonight, those who may not be able to come here and join us, the support of ESN is not to finance any criminal activity in our land. I am speaking that the world must hear. We know the Nigerian government, what they're doing. They can tell at our disposal, we know their plan. And I want to tell you, those who are, those countries who are, they have been trying to convince, cajole through their usual corrupt practices, giving them the resources that are in our land in order for them to support them and tag this very movement something that is not. We are happy that some of these nations have told them in their faces that these people are not what you make them out to be, that they are pursuing what is internationally and universally recognized. Self-determination is not a crime, neither is it a declaration of war. And I stand upon the land of Biafra, and I state here tonight that for me, there is no alternative. It is Biafra or Biafra or Biafra. And we must all put our hands together so that in the shortest possible time, the leader of this great movement, Onyemazi Nnamdi Kanu, shall rejoin us. And when he rejoins us, he shall continue to lead us and march us into a free, sovereign, and independent Biafran nation. May Chukwu Abiyama be with all of you. I wouldn't take it. Well, of course, I already took more time than usual, but I am somehow touched to speak this now because I realize that we are on air. I want to call upon those of you here tonight not to be disillusioned, not in any way to be distracted, but to remain focused. Our eyes must continue to be on the ball because we are closer, much closer, my great people, to our destination, to our objective, and more than anyone can imagine. And may Chukwu take honor upon until this very event tonight. May Chukwu take all glory, and may his blessings be upon you, IPOB family in the United States, and upon all of you IPOB families worldwide. In Chukwu Abiyama's name, I say
Yes, Mazi, there's issue that I want you to talk about here now, as we just finished watching this wonderful speech from the man in charge, in the person of Mazi Chike. We so much love him. We so much love his attitude. We so much love his royalty to Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And as he is royal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is also the way we are royal to him. We are the media warriors, and there is no how any one of you can stop us. We have already chosen our path on this Biafran restoration project. Now, Mazi Paul Achebe, there is some people are saying that, because I want to put it the way they said it so that I can be able to get my point. They say that Ayebonde Zama, even though they included Mazi Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, because they are trying to cause problem between our legal teams. Now they have begun to say this one is good, this one is not good. Mazi, I want to ask you or also address this issue. Those people that are calling us Nde Zama, did they, send any representatives since this adoption of our leader? And if they remove Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, did they have somebody there already, or are they going to shock themselves in all those? I mean, the legal team we still also have, like Barrister Sam Ejimako, or the one they call the Keafia. Ejimako ngama bono kotona akoko iye na agba trailer. No, I'm just saying this. Are they going to now, based on those people, that because we know that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is there, Aloy Ejimako is there, and our son Osakome is there, are they bringing new representatives as a lawyer, or are they going to use those people that are there already, that IPOB are the people in charge of them? Maz, I want you to say something because our people, I don't know. Now, take over the floor, Maz. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. This issue of the legal team is one of the most sensitive issues that anyone that is talking about it must be very extremely careful, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom selected this team of lawyers, knows what he saw in them before selecting them. First of all, like those that are calling people Nde Nzama, do they know the meaning of Nde Nzama, or do they know the meaning of Nzama? I want you to know that most of them don't know the meaning of Nzama. That is number one. Secondly, anyone you see attacking Ifeanyi Ejiofor, you must know that Ifeanyi Ejiofor have become a stumbling block to the enemies. Most of the people that are attacking Ifeanyi Ejiofor don't know the difference between a lead counsel of an organization and a lead counsel of a particular case. And that is why you see them say, why is Ifeanyi Ejiofor addressing himself as IPOB lead counsel? Because they are unable to differentiate the difference between the lead counsel of this organization and the lead counsel of this very particular case. Because in IPOB, we have different lawyers with different cases. And each and every one of them are handling his or her own issue assigned to him or her by the IPOB leader. Now, let me start with Ifeanyi Ejiofor becoming a stumbling block to them. That is why he is receiving the attack. Some people, some inconsequential human beings residing in one place wanted to become the IPOB leader in order to relegate the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And the only way the person can achieve that is by pretending and disguising himself to bring Ifeanyi Ejiofor close to him, because the person knows that Ifeanyi Ejiofor is the most trusted lawyer, and once you get him by your side, you can easily use him to destroy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when these people tried to draw close to Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and a Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor who is an expert in criminality, before these people come close, he have known where these people are going, and he played the game with them, and he was able to get exactly what the motive of these people, and he drew a line for them where they cannot trespass. And after that, when these people realize that their mission and motive have been aborted by Ifeanyi Ejiofor as one of the most trusted lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB-led council, so they have no choice. They're left with no choice than trying to remove Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor so that they can now go and hire lawyers like Obete. I know when I mention Obete, many of you don't know who is Obete. Obete was a former IPOB lawyer who went and determined they
are in criminal, they are all the people that was in conjunction with Usheme for trying to steal this and destroy what we have. Mazi, continue. How would they know? How would they know if you don't tell them how?
Even to the extent, Obete went and told the leadership that give us 100 million so that we can bribe the Nigerian government for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In other words, when you are bribing somebody, you are indicting that person you are defending. You have admitted that this person actually committed this crime, but please release him, take this amount. And by doing that, automatically the person can reject that money and execute that person because you as a lawyer have failed to discharge. Now, that was the reason Obete was removed, and Obete was playing the role of Enugu State Governor, former Enugu State Governor, not this present one, and some of the caliphate rules. Now, Obete was a key player in betraying of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before he was removed. So this is what they are trying to lead to lure Ifeanyi Ejiofor to, so that once they get through the lawyer, then the Ifeanyi Ejiofor can start arguing rubbish and they're admitting some certain things that was never in line with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be sentenced to life imprisonment or death by hanging, so that they will now take over and they just amicably, lackadaisically hand IPOB over to the Fulani government, and that will be the end of the road for our freedom, and we will remain everlasting slave for the Fulani Caliphate. So the moment Ifeanyi Ejiofor abort that mission, he now become a stumbling block for the enemies, and they're left with no option than to fight him. Mind you, they don't have any lawyer in mind. They don't even plan to have another lawyer. All their plan is to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appear in court without a lawyer.
And the Mazi, as you are saying, I want to ship something because if you haven't forgotten, remember that. Do you know that Mazi Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor today? Some people are seeing Mazi Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor as a savior. Whenever they see him in a prison, some people are jumping that Messiah have come. And people don't even know that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is already made person. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor have office. And some of these people you see, they don't even have office. Whenever Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor appear in a cell or in a prison, people are jumping up that Messiah have come. Because he must take 2 or 3 people away with him. Maz, I want you to continue, please. Tell them what they don't know. Please tell them what they don't know. Because
like you said, when Barrister Ejiofor come, people are seeing him. Of course, not people are seeing him. He is a Messiah to many of us. Even some of us that are in abroad, he's our also Messiah. Because somebody who is fighting for the freedom of our leader is also our Messiah. If not for him, IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could have been a case of Mazop and the Biafra Zionist movement. So, not only that, if Barrister Ejiofor say that he become a millionaire in 2006, where some of these people have not even finished their secondary school. Some of them are still in primary school as of 2006, as I'm speaking to you. And somebody who have already made name. And he become Ono in 1999. Why some of these people were born 1998? Akaku Hanaka. And today you see them talking about somebody who have already started reigning, making names as of 1999. When I check their birth certificate, I see some of them were born 1989. Some of them were born even when my mother is already late. How would they know what we are talking about? So, Barrister Ejiofor is a second Messiah after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And those people calling him Ndi Nzama, they don't know the meaning of Ndi Nzama, Onye Nzama. What is Nzama? You send me to go and buy phone. I reach there, I buy phone. Maybe you give me 20 naira. I buy the phone 19 naira. Then I keep one naira. Then I become a criminal. Which them they are not the person. Have Ifeanyi Ejiofor, what did they give Ifeanyi Ejiofor to go and buy? Ifeanyi Ejiofor is a lawyer. If you come to his chamber, he will tell you, before I will go this case for you, you will pay me so amount. How does that become a Nzama? You are the one who come and you bargain for your case. If he agreed to work it 15 naira, that is not Nzama. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is not collecting case for another person from another chamber. You must come to his chamber. If you even check people that is in Zama, he is one of the idiots living somewhere here in Western world, telling people that he is a consultant, he is a lawyer. When you meet him, he will now give you to somebody. When you meet Ifeanyi Ejiofor, he will go for course. So is somebody that is in Zama is now calling another person on Zama. Zama boy na bossa here.
In conclusion, Mazi, because we have to move forward, because, I want to also tell things to our people. Of course, I know Barrister Ejiofor. I want to let him know that I have secured his path. Because if it's other people that they have sent thousands of dollars, because we have saw the one here in Germany, when Omwakata gathered some money, they sent it to one of the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm telling that person, the day these people will come to your chapter, they will finish you. The day these people will remember you, you will deviate from what they are doing now. They will finish you because they have your book. All the money they have sent to you, we are hearing all the names, all the monies. We have heard it. But here Nagba will play your card well, because the day you enter their hand, your name will be sorry. Mazi, I want you to use 1 minute to conclude. Let us move forward, please.
And about to all mara to all of Kofeyi Sinohia. You have already advised those that have sense, because when the enemy is praising you, know that they are luring you to your death. So, in conclusion, IPOB have overcome their evil plans, and we are heading to Biafra restoration. And I must tell you that anyone you see attacking Barrister Ejiofor, Mike or Zekome, the person is just an enemy. That is all I have to tell you. And remember this.
Thank you, wonderful and great people of Biafra. And I thank you very much, Mazi Paul Achebe, being here today on IPOB, Rapture Media, and Biafran Television Channel 1, we are fighting for survival. We are fighting for survival. The person we are seeing now is Hazel El Mustafa. I know you people have forgotten. He is a former Nigerian Army major and the intelligence officer who served as a chief security officer to General Sani Abacha. You know, we are telling you people, we are going to begin to bring the history. This is a latest video. I know our people like something new. You know, that is why we are in this mess. Our people always want something that is new. That is why we cannot even reason and think for a long term. After just a week, we have already been forgotten. That is why today, in that contraption called Daminebuzu, killings of people are nothing to us. Even though when they kill 3 people or 10 people there, what you will hear, in that place they kill 20. Their own is even though small. But we are talking about human life. We are talking about soul. Now, soul have turned to chicken. They are killing in Christmas time because it's meant nothing to our people. They will now begin to compare how many they kill there and how many they kill there. So if they kill you people lesser, you people will happen. I want you people to know that Boko Haram was contracted according to Mustafa. According to who? Mustafa, the Major General, reporting to Sani Abacha. He said that Boko Haram was contracted. Boko Haram know what they are doing. They are there to do the beast. They are there to, you know, cause a chaos because of what other people will benefit. And I want you all to pay very big attentively and lend me your ear. Now, Mustafa have to, you know, you have to talk to us. Let us understand. Mazi, I want you also to pay attention very well. Ndewo, Nwachineke.
In 1995, the need to look for resources to run African states became an issue. Nigeria was more or less totally bankrupt. The need to run Nigeria became an issue. Salary payment was difficult. Then Libyan government, along with Germany, decided to utilize a satellite from a private satellite company that has shares of government of Germany in it.
Are you listening?
They discovered uranium in abundance and in high quality, well spread in Niger.
Okay.
Out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity.
That leader and other leaders decided to say, scratch part of Nigeria and let's take a look.
Let us look a look.
They were shocked with what they discovered. In Northeast, they discovered a portion.
A bush.
And that portion, in part of Zambeza, leading to Lake Chad.
Pay attention.
What was deposited there? This is not hearsay. I was in Libya. I was in attendance along with Nigeria's ambassador. 2 of us allowed. Then he was later told to go, and I was left alone, along with the Libyan leader and the German company and the owners of the satellite. What was kept there was capable of producing 10 Dubais. 1996. You can quote me in the eyes of this world. Mustafa said so. I'm not into rhetorics. I love this country. I stand for this country. We are already targeted and hated by numerous forces. But if that is what they should do for us rendering service to Nigeria, then definitely they have not started. What we discovered at that material time was a shocker. So I asked questions as if I didn't understood what they were saying. The Libyan leader then, may so rest in peace, said, and I quote, I mean, what is in this place is enough for you to produce 10 Dubais, 1996. The product of this satellite was brought to Nigerian head of state by me. I brought the 2 metallic boxes. Where is it? Who took it? What happened? Where is the money? Now hold on. What might interest you is what I'm going to say. Nigeria is poor.
Blow it. Blow,
Your
blow.
industries are dead.
They are dead.
But here it is.
Yes.
1999, November 1st,
What
I
happened?
was in prison.
Yes.
They came to meet me in prison.
Uh-huh.
And they asked me numerous questions on the way we were managing some certain things about Nigeria. I wouldn't
What
want
did
to
they ask
mention.
you? What
They
did they ask?
mentioned some names and commanders they required
Okay.
to do some certain jobs for them. But the question I asked is, was it for Nigeria?
Or for terrorists?
At the end of the day, to cut the story short,
Tell us.
is to tell you that Boko Haram was a calculated game.
Boko Haram was a calculated game. Boko Haram was a calculated game. We are continuing. Mazi, I want you to underline that. And who is talking to us? Some of you that don't even know history. We are coming here to educate you so that you will receive sense, so that you will understand what we are talking about. If you like, you move. Mustafa said a lot of things. You are going to listen to me till I finish, because this, research, you can't do it. You can't do it. Nobody pays us to do this. But we are putting our time to make research so that we can be able to tell you what is about to come, or the mess that you are into in that contraption called Damnable Zoo Nigeria. Nigeria is a zoo. Who you are listening to is Hazard El Mustafa, a former Nigerian Army major and intelligence officer who served as a chief security officer to General Sani Abacha. Let us continue. Nwachineke. We have them in quantum. We have them here.
Is in this place. It's enough for you to produce 10 Dubais, 1996. The product of this satellite was brought to Nigerian head of state by me. I brought the 2 metallic boxes. Where is it? Who took it? What happened? Where is the money? Now hold on. What might interest you is what I'm going to say. Nigeria is poor. Your industries are dead. But here it is. 1999, November 1st, I was in prison. They came to meet me in prison. And they asked me numerous questions on the way we were managing some certain things about Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention. They mentioned some names and commanders they required to do some certain jobs for them. But the question I asked is, was it for Nigeria? At the end of the day, to cut the story short, is to tell you that Boko Haram was a calculated game.
Are you people listening? Calculated game.
No, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. See, I want us to listen with patriotism as Nigerians, because when hopelessness confronts a person who is thirsty,
Yes.
and known to him he is standing on an oasis, he is dying of thirsty, he is looking for water and busy praying, but the senses to take the water and then come back alive is the problem of Nigeria. You are rich, you have it, you are scavenging for it. Most unfortunately. Now, from that time till now is 23 years. People might not tell you this, I'm telling you.
Tell them.
I'm ready to be accused, abused, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I am here.
They will,
Precious stone has been what they have been taken.
very soon they will tell him.
Boko Haram were our sons and daughters given a wrong indoctrination, taking opium from Afghanistan, the hashish in the wall,
Okay.
mixing some with a certain chemical. When they dip a date in it, And then after 4 hours, whosoever takes it becomes a robot. You are totally robotic. You will respond to orders. You will not feel pain. You will not think. You will not reason. They killed numerous soldiers, many widows in barracks, many orphans littered all over.
All right.
Many refugees scattered around Nigeria.
Speak,
Is
Mustafa.
Labour aware?
Speak.
Keep that aside. The social ills created for Nigeria and Nigerians. What you may ask yourself is, how much of this real stone have they taken in 23 years? What has it contributed to Nigeria's growth? Did they build one single textile with the money? Who are the Nigerians collabing with the external factors? When did it start and how many teams work with them? Can you even quantify the number of officers, soldiers killed, traditional rulers? Can you quantify the friction created between Muslims and Christians? When a bomb is lodged in the church, they will quickly write in the paper the next day, it was Mosque A that did it, and vice versa. They bombed the mosque and blame the church. It's not true.
I want you people to pay attention here, what our leader Mazen Namdekan have said. The media in Nigeria are part of the problem. The Onyendu Mazen Namdekan have said it. If you pay Nigerian journalists a brown envelope, they will testify the goodness of Lucifer. You will hear it from, Mustafa is also a student of Radio Biafra. All of them have learned. All of them. Mazen Namdekan will take you. Come to Radio Biafra, you will learn. Very, very soon, Kara Gold, please, we need your attention. You go to my page, you find my number. Please, we want you to help us also on those comment section. We want to begin to block people because I can't be doing this. Sometimes they will run off on my screen, so I couldn't block them. And we are lesser people, please. Let us continue. And hear the part of Nigerian journalists and the media, what they are playing. You will understand they are part of they are the major problem. Let us continue. You will hear. Mustafa is talking.
It's a game. So that when you fight yourself, when confusion keeps you aside, they are busy taking what you have. But you sit down. You sit down and look at newspapers and you believe in it. No, there are numerous respected journalists who are highly patriotic, who are highly respected. There are many of them I can fight for with my blood. But they are poor. They are professionals. They don't have money. They have to write what they are told to write. They need job. Who is fighting for them? Keep that aside.
They are begging him to stop.
See, my brother.
Continue, Mustafa. Don't mind.
Anyway, I will run it out.
No, stop. Continue. They are begging him to stop. Don't expose
I'll
them.
run it.
You shoot them. They are coming to tell him. They are telling him to stop. They are telling. That is how Nigeria. That is their pattern. This is the way they roll. Don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk. You want to spoil our business. Continue, Mustafa Chukwu. They are begging him to stop.
See, listen to this. Listen to this. Since Boko Haram started,
Yes.
at one point in time you had satellite,
Listen
but
to
there
this.
was a story that your satellite disappeared because
Yes.
if the satellite were to be around, it would have given locations to your security. They would have seen and known and identify and arrest numerous participants
Go and
that
ask
are
them.
taking your precious stones. And some notable names in Nigeria would have been mentioned. Suddenly there was a story. Your satellite disappeared.
Go and ask Eruf.
The most disheartening story that only kindergarten children can accept. I tell you with all sense of humility, we investigated that, not in Nigeria. We went to numerous countries to know the game being played against Nigeria. At our own cost, taking risk to do so. What we have discovered is a shame, monumental shame before man and before our Creator. In the time to come, you will understand. God will address Nigeria, and it doesn't matter whose toes we stepped on. We will and educate Nigerians.
They won't understand. They won't.
Now, most of you here have your telephones in your hands. Listen carefully. Labor is poor. Agreed.
Paul Ashebe, my brother, my comrade, you listen to every word from Mustafa. He explained everything. He said that they investigated on the satellite. And I'm telling them to go and ask that dwarf called El-Rufai. How did they destroy it? And some ectoparasite, they are here. Instead of them to learn and listen from their lecturer, Mazi Okenno Okechukwu, and MAP Eziokwu Obondo, they won't, because they are ectoparasite. Mazi, you have listened. Lecture them, please. Lecture them.
Thank you, my comrade. If I tell you that I am not shocked with what this man said, you know, I am lying to myself. Everything this man said here, I am shocked. I am not shocked because it's a new thing, because I am shocked because it's coming out from a northern person. This thing have been said in the numerous time by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Radio Biafra, and it's not a new thing. Now, when he says something that what they saw in the northeast of the zoo can produce, underline that word, 10 Dubais. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Dubais. Meaning that every citizen of Nigeria, what they discover there, will be paying you not less than 100,000 every month without doing any job. Meaning that you will have free education, free water, and petroleum, gas and fuels freely. The question is where those things we are taking to, who take them, who took them, and who convert them to their personal properties, and where are they today? Remember, this was as of 1996, according to him, they discovered it. Now, coming to Boko Haram is a calculated game. Before I was thinking that it's just a calculated game to distract Jonathan, but with this video, it have proven otherwise. It was a calculated game so that there will be a crisis in Nigeria, in the northeast. Why the Western world? When we say Western world, we will be thinking, why the British, the England, will be taking all the diamond and gold. Because when he said metals and all those things, he mean diamond and gold. That was what they discovered there. And not they say. And the only way for them to actualize using those things, British now instigate and they manufactured the audio Boko Haram. And I will blame good luck Jonathan, who came to power, knowing that oil that comes from his own land is being used to sustain the whole nation. And this gold and the diamond that was discovered in the north, his own people is not benefiting anything. And he helped them to cover it the more for good 6 years. Do you see why I tell you that coming to the Aso Rock, to what are you coming to do? To help the Fulani finish your own people. Now, the calculated game of this Fulani Caliphate and in conjunction with the British government is to make sure that everything that was discovered in the north will be used in between the rich people in the north and the Western world, while Nigeria is languishing in abject poverty. While they are busy drawing oil pipeline from Niger Delta to the Katsina, to Kaduna, to Niger Republic, the people that has gold, and the gold in Zamfara and the gold in the northeast, the diamond, nobody knows how it being mined and what it's used for. And the Jonathan is aware of this for good 6 years. And he did not say, no, this is the height of it. Let my people go. He did not. Mazinam Kanu called him to allow Biafra to go. But he played and abide with the rule of these evil people. I am not calling the Nigerian youth to rise up, because the Nigerian youth are very useless. They are like they as useless as a millipede that has no use.
Ectoparasite. That is what our Lolo called them, the wife of our leader.
No, to be honest, Nigerian youth is not even, you can't use ectoparasite, because ectoparasite can live in another thing, but these people cannot even live in another thing. Now, how can they? Do you know that this video did not go viral as it's supposed to go viral?
It's not anywhere. It's not. Continue.
And they are busy shouting Obidaf, Tifunu Budaf, and they articulated why they are suffering. Nigeria, the kind natural resources Nigeria has, will end anything poverty in the whole Africa. And the Western world are using it. So in this thing now, the calculated game, because that Boko Haram, there is something he mentioned about the satellite that went lost. Those satellites, I had the news when they say the satellite lost. I asked, how can satellite get lost in a country? Who is in charge and where do they mount it? Who stole it? Who is controlling it? What effort did they put in a place to investigate it? Now, El Mustafa, who is a major general and to Sani Abacha, I want you to know, Sani Abacha, when they say they are still returning his loot, they are not returning anything. The people that are returning, the British are the people who looted Nigeria and continue looting Nigeria. Not they just put the name Sani Abacha there. If only Nigeria can rise up to chase the criminal leaders they have away and know that all these people are the same thing. They are all evil. No any politician in Nigeria that has the interest of the masses. None of them. El Rufai is busy creating another form of Boko Haram that he will use to terrorize the incoming government if Atiku failed. And Nigeria fold their hands and watching. Why is Nigerian youth afraid of revolution? Why is Nigerian youth afraid of uprising? Why is Nigerian youth afraid to take their own destiny? The people that ruled Nigeria back then, none of them is up to 30 years before they take over power, because they rise up. Today, you will see a 40-year-old Nigerian clapping for a 70-year-old man, 20-year-old young boy clapping for a 70-year-old man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already created this awareness to a point that if it is only me, I will say let them perish, because only perish will wake them up. Boko Haram, the second phase of creating Boko Haram was to make sure that Buhari come to power. They used them to frustrate Jonathan's tenure. We are starting, they instigated the division of bombing the mosque so that they will not suspect anything. The mosque they are bombing, how much is they used to build mosque? All this red sand mosque they are building in the north, that is not up to 100,000 naira. You will build a mosque. They are just bomb it and they just kill Christian in order to make sure that the natural resources that should be used for the citizens of the Federal Republic of the Zoo are being taken away. Till today, no Nigerian have question. And this thing happened in a country where somebody is calling Obasanjo a messiah. What was the action of Obasanjo against this? Was Obasanjo aware of this? What role did Obasanjo play? What role did P2B played? Or is he not aware of this thing? Mazi El Mustafa is contesting for Nigerian president. I believe so. And that was the reason he made this very revelation. Like the same way P2B made a revelation about every local government receiving 100 million. And Nigerian youth refused to ask them, why you are in power? What did you do with your own? Since they received this 100 million, and I am sure you received yours, what did you do? Until Nigerian youth start asking questions, they will never get anything good and they will never get any result. And Mustafa have already, if Mustafa was to be an Italian person or German person or USA person with this video, the next day you will be seeing revolution. You will be seeing a massive protest. You will be seeing action from the youth, from the citizens. But in Nigeria, who will wake up? Who will now act? Who will lead? Who will talk? All of them are showcasing madness and they are calling it talent. They are showcasing stupidity and they call it talent. Man dressing like a woman in the name of comedy. In fact, I don't know. I am lost of words to these people called Nigeria. I don't know.
Of course, Mazi, when you see all these shenanigans that is happening, and I agree with you that we don't supposed to use ectoparasite to those people find themselves in that contraption, or those that still calling themselves one Nigeria, because according to also the wife of our leader, these people live from something, but the youth of that contraption, they has no sense. You will tell them something very important for them to act. They will not. They are not going to act. Who is calling me so? No, the person that is calling have to wait. I have to finish what I'm doing now. Of course, I will call you back. So, Mazi, I do agree with you. I don't know when those people will learn. We keep on educating them, keep on bringing them things that they cannot be able to make research and understand. And we are giving them all these things freely. And that is the things that our leader have taught us. That is why you see, we will keep on praising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why the kind of things that we have learned from this man is something that, you know, is supposed to be, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be collecting, you know, a huge amount. Of course, I know they want to pay him off in a sense that stop educating these people. We want these people to be down always. We don't want them to listen. But Mazi, let us proceed, because there's a video that I also want to show our people. The Fulanis, they are living in that contraption called Damilebu Zoo. They are going away. They are traveling. I want you, let us listen to this video. Of course, my people. Mazi, I think, do you want, in conclusion, please, I want you in conclusion on this Mustafa. So we proceed on this, please, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In conclusion to that El Mustafa revelation, because this is a deep revelation, I am telling Nigerian citizens, those that are still believing in the zoo called Nigeria, if you don't rise up now to take your destiny in your hand, to take your future now, your children will be used to as a sacrificial lamb. Whatever, if you fail now, know that your children cannot rise up because you have the chance to rise up now. So I am calling on Nigerian citizens, if they have any, to rise up and stand on what Mustafa said, to hold their leaders accountable for everything that have transpired in Nigeria. That is the only solution they have now. Revolution, uprising. That is it. Total disintegration of Nigeria. And they will now decide how that country should be restructured and how it will be functioned. Everybody should go their own way. Thank you, my comrade.
Thank you very much, Mazi Paul Achebe, MAP, Eziokwu Obondo 1 in Biafra land. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Now, as I pick your call, just hold on there. Don't speak. I have to say something before I'll continue talking to you. The person on the phone, please. Hang on there. Our great people of Biafra. You know, when we are telling our people something, we want you all to understand that we are not coming here to deceive you. I am not coming here to put you in a state of imagination or to begin to fabricate lies. We say things the way it is and always down the consequences. Now, I want us to watch this video. You know, this is also a opening eyes to our people living in northern part of Nigeria. You know, when you tell them, they say, hey, I have 20-story building. When you ask them, they will say, I have developed this. Our internal leader, Dim Odumegwu, went to the Lagos. You know, we say things the way it is. I know some people won't like it. He went to Lagos when our people were building things. Our leader cried. He cried. He said, who did this to you all? You are going there, developing, doing this, doing that. They will use it against you all tomorrow. But our people, you know, they call us business people. They say we are not into government. And we are proud being a business people. We don't even want to think deeply and understand the ethics of or the pattern of that contraption called damnable zoo, what they are doing to us. Today, they are using it against us. Now, I want you to see how Fulanis are packing their properties and living because they have no infrastructure. They have no house. They have no company. They have no any business in our land. That is why they can pack. Listen, I don't want to talk too much. Mazi, I want you to pay attention very well, please. And our audience.
Is conveying thousands of Hausa, both Mobo and indigenous, back to north, all the way from Akwa Ibom. Can you see them? See the other one. See the other one in front. They have passed not less than 40 luxuriouses with police escort from the north. Look at the police van escort. Look at the luxury. Police escort is conveying them with escort back to north. Look at the way they're warning. All from Akwa Ibom. We're monitoring this people. Everybody should be very, very vigilant. Be at alerts. Be at alerts. Because these people don't know what their aim and objective are. Look at the bus full of Hausa Fulanis inside this luxurious bus. Look at the police escort in front. You will see the pickup now. Everybody should sit up. Igbos, sit up. Yorubas, sit up. Middle belt, sit up. This is not a joke. These people are planning for war. They are telling us to go. Police escort. Can you see them? They are planning war. These people are planning war. I assure you, be very vigilant wherever you are now. Things are not just normal. Thank you. Don't say I did not warn you. Thank you.
Mazi Paula Shebe MAP, you see what I see too. I want you to address the people of Biafra. Also extend it to Yoruba Oduduwa, because we hate nobody. We all are fighting for survival, just a common enemy. And we have to begin to descend. We have covered 2 hours, going to 2 hours, 30 minutes. Mazi, I want you to use at least 2 minutes to talk about this issue and give also your closing remark, because we have begun to descend. We'll continue.
Thank you. Thank you, my comrade. Now, when you watch this thing, I will let us go back before the Biafran Civil War, which I call Biafran genocide. Before that very genocide, the northern indigenous knew what is about to happen, and they relocated back to be safe in their own part. But our people refuse to return to the east, because I would like to use that our people adapt. They don't prevent sickness. The Fulanis are seeing the danger ahead. During the war, they foresee it and they return home. And our people believe that they are one Nigeria. And that was the reason our people was massacred, because immediately the war broke out, they now realized that they have a place they came from. They wanted to return home, and they were accosted and slaughtered on their way back to the east, to their motherland. And that was the reason most of them was unable to defend our land. Now, the same thing is about to happen again. The Fulanis knows that the 2023 is uncertainty. The Fulanis knows that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon, there is a repercussion of it. The Fulanis knows that there is every possibilities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu coming out, and there is the Biafran flag is about to be raised. And they know there is a consequence in everything that is happening today. They don't trust themselves in Biafra land. They don't want to lose any of their person in Biafra land. They now start relocating, because they show. The leadership will not come and tell you what they are doing that prompted these people to start relocating back. And I want to send this message. I want to pass this very message to our people. The people you see in that very box moving, they are not the Fulani that are chasing cows, that are rearing cows. No, these are their children and their women. And every Fulani you see today in Biafra land carrying cows all around, they are not just Fulani henchmen. They are Fulani mercenaries. They are Boko Haram terrorists. The people carrying cows in Biafra land today are no longer those that we are trained to carry cows. The people are mercenaries. Those that are innocent and their women have been taken. They are the people you see today going back, leaving the mercenaries back, so that if you start, the mercenaries they are putting as henchmen, when you will see them in action, they will start fighting you in our own land. Every Fulani henchman you see today is a mercenary and a member of a Boko Haram and a member of Fulani land soldier. This is what is playing out. Now, them going back is a clear message to our people residing in the north. It's just left for them to start coming home. If not, what happened during the war will repeat. History will repeat itself again in their head, because their lives are in danger. The Fulanis plan ahead, while the Igbo man will stand and wait. What you see today, it is a clear message that Biafra has come. It is a clear message that the Fulani are living for 2023 election. They want to be safe in their land. And when an Igbo man who resides in the north tell me, how can he
Mazi, continue. No. It's announcement. Just continue.
Okay,
It's
okay. I thought it's a live program. That's why I paused. Now, the Igbo man in the north, how can he or she cast his or her vote in the north and be safe? The same thing is applicable to Igbo man in the Yoruba land. And for them to fail to understand that Nigeria is not one and Nigeria is not safe, the north is not safe for an Igbo man, the west is not safe for an Igbo man, they will pay with their life. That is the only way they can understand. Because in the Nigeria today, Igbo man remained the only entity that refused to learn from the past. The Yorubas learn from the past. That is why if you go to the north, you can see Yoruba man investing heavily in the north. Come to the east, you can see a Yoruba man investing heavily in the east. Come to the so-called south-south, you can see a Yoruba man investing heavily in the south-south. Go to Yoruba land, you will see all the Yoruba investment, all of them are in the Yoruba land. You can see a northern man investing heavily in Yoruba land. Even the Lagos, the northern part don't invest there. It's only few things they put in there. All their investments are in the north. They now transport whatever they produce to the west and east. Come to the east, you don't see the north because the Yoruba man don't believe in one Nigeria. A northern man don't believe in one Nigeria. The people that is propagating one Nigeria and dying for one Nigeria are the Igbo people, because they are the most senseless and the unrealistic human being somebody can come across on this planet Earth. When you see them, they will tell you, Igbo men are very wise. We are not wise. We are more foolish than that word, foolishness. That is why something like the Biafran War happened and your property was seized after the war. You didn't learn a lesson and they tell you you are now one. You start afresh. You abandon your own region and you start developing Lagos because they told you that Lagos is no man's land. Is Lagos a part of the Igbo land? They now tell you that Abuja is no man's land. You went there to start developing Abuja because it's no man's land. And you pay wage to somebody. Igbo people don't learn from their mistakes. And that is why we keep on suffering. The punishment of what we are receiving today is our own stupidity and the act of ignorance. Because we want one Nigeria, while the people we are trying to be one Nigeria with don't believe in one Nigeria. And that is why Igbo people are using their blood to maintain and keep one Nigeria. Until an Igbo man realizes that one Nigeria is not for an Igbo man, then you will see them, you will see their freedom coming their way. Do you know that today, an Igbo man will hold a traditional marriage in Abuja, in Lagos? A traditional marriage that we heard in Igbo land is now heard in other part. Have you seen a Yoruba man organizing a traditional marriage in the East? Have you seen Hausa or Fulani man organizing traditional marriage in the East? They can never try it because they know it's not their land. They don't believe that Alabotu. They know that we are not the same. That is why they maintain that. But Igbo man, out of his stupidity and foolishness, is now telling you that Alawotu, you can do whatever you want to do, any place, any way you wish to. And that is the consequences of what we are passing through today. In other words, the Fulanis that is going back, they know and they have seen the danger in 2023. And they don't want to be a victim of such danger. That is why they are packing. Why the Igbos in the north are waiting to be used as a sacrificial lamb. And if they think because of their properties that is in the north or because of their life that will slow down the Biafra restoration, let me make it categorically clear to their ear that if they fail deaf ear and they stay in the north, they will be used as a sacrificial lamb. They will be used as a kukeji chuaja, and they cannot stop Biafra restoration. The earlier they start relocating back to the east, and they ask themselves, for how long will this continue? For how long are they going to use their blood to maintain one Nigeria? For how long? The earlier they realize that they cannot continue this, and they put a stop on it, and they relocate back. And even those in the Western world should relocate and join hands together to request for the restoration of Biafra, so that you will have a rest of mind and peace of mind and the progress. That is the only way forward, only solution they have now. If not, the Fulanis are very smart. They are relocating because the heat is too much on them, and they know what is about to come in 2023. That is all I have to say. In conclusion, in this program, I want to make it very clear to Biafrans, most especially those of us in Biafra land. I want you to know that IPOB is not relenting in Biafra restoration, and the IPOB leadership cannot come on social media or anywhere to tell you what they are about to do. They can only tell you what they are ready to do at that very moment. And once you know it, you will see it start happening. I want every Biafran in Biafra land to prepare themselves to welcome the new nation, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out very soon, and is coming with Biafran flag. And the moment Mazi will come, a lot of things will happen. And you must not be a willing tool for the enemies to be used, because you will not have the opportunity to live, to have a second chance to repent. You will be used to set an example for others to learn. And I want you not to allow yourself to be used as a scapegoat. Biafra is coming, and is coming very fast. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming because he has no case to answer. He has been discharged and acquitted. So I saw some pictures where they say UK, America, we monitor Mazi Nnamdi. Those things are fallacy. The person that made that flyer is very, very stupid, and the person don't have the brain to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't have case to answer. So the only case the British or any foreign country will monitor now is the referendum case. The referendum, that is it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I want to appreciate IPOB leadership for their work, for the work they are doing, and the way they are handling some issues that is coming from some of the legal things. And because I know some people are trying to set the record that IPOB leadership is not taking order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they make some certain things open. And I love the way the leadership are taking it. And I want to appeal to IPOB media warriors to understand the things you see in the leadership. It's not as we think it. It's not easy. There's so many pressures coming left, right, up and down, front and back. And if they make any slight mistake, the enemy will capitalize that to attack them again. So I want us to use our brain to understand the plans of the enemies. The enemies want us to abandon the leadership because of one or two things. That must not happen. Any decision made by the leadership will be acceptable by the IPOB media warriors and by Biafrans and by IPOB worldwide, because they knows the game, and I understand the game the enemies are trying to play. We will not fall in their own plan. Rather, we will tell them that we have the master class while planning. We are on top of the game. This is all I have to tell you today, Biafrans. And I remember my humble self, MAP Ezioku Bundu 1 in Biafra land. We don't fear people. We tell you the truth, regardless of how bitter you can feel. We will tell you how it is. If you don't like the way we are doing it, You can do us a favor by drinking sniper or hug a transformer or naked wire, or you jump into lagoon. We don't owe you anything. You are not paying us. We are doing this job for our own children and our own future. Thank you, the general himself. I appreciate you, and I say remain blessed for this wonderful job. No retreat, no surrender. We must
Thank you,
almost
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, wonderful and great people of Biafra. I thank you all. I have a brother on the phone. He's going to, speak to us. At least he's going to use 2 to 3 minutes. But before I will allow him to come in, I want to make this small announcement. The DOS join live interactive section with Mazi Shina Samoru via Radio Biafra London, hosted by Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. Tomorrow, what is the time? I couldn't see the time very well. I think it's 7:30, right? If I'm not mistaken. Can somebody tell me? 7:30 tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, please. Somebody should tell me that. The technical director on the ground, please. Am I getting it right? 7:30, is it that? The DOS joined the live interactive section with Mazi Shina Samoru via Radio Biafra London. And I want to also make another announcement. Yes, 7:30 Biafran time tomorrow. You must be there. You ask your question. Things that you don't understand, Mazi Shina Samoru will explain it to you. And it's very, very important that you go there and ask a question. Don't go there and begin to, praise him. Ask him something that you don't understand. Believe you me, he will explain it to you. And the Mazi, Wada Nkeshi, we need you. I want you to find one of my number and reach me. We want to make you admin so that you can be able to help us also on comment section. We need Wada Karagold. If you can also, volunteer yourself to help us on this comment section, because we have done with these people. We have forged ahead. We are moving with speed. We are not going to talk about them again. Mazi on the telephone, please. I want you to use your 2 minutes to 3 minutes to address great people of Biafra. They want to hear from you. Mazi Shitu, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much, the general himself. I salute you for the good job that you are doing. I appreciate you. My brother MAP, I appreciate you. I want to use this opportunity to call the names of all our media warriors that are doing good to make sure that Biafra is being restored.
Mazi, hold on. Mazi, please hold on. I don't think, I'm sorry, because, this thing have caused a lot of controversial, and I think because we have also a lot of people on comment section, if you call some people name and did not call some people, it will look like we are doing partial. Please address great people of Biafra. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's very, very important. We remain resolute. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
There is no problem, Biafrachild, the general himself. I just appreciate every one of you because when the heat was on, people were saying to focus. Little do we know that the people that are coming to tell us to focus are the infiltrators and the criminals. The reason why they are telling us to focus is to draw our attention away from our people so that we will not checkmate their info and their criminality that they find to commit crimes against our people. But I will use this opportunity to salute the DOS and the HOD, these men and women that are working assiduously to make sure that Biafra is being restored. I salute all of you and Biafrans, all the principal officers that are working equal to the task to make sure that you people help the DOS to restore Biafrans. All of you will be, I thank you so much. And I want to say something here, the general himself. You have mentioned my name, but my name remains C2. I am calling you from my location at the moment. I just want to say to something. Mazin Namdekano is a blessed man who give to us, who take his time and then say, step down from his father's throne. He did not want it. That is how he knows a honor man. He said that that his people will not die while he's sitting in the throne. He has nothing to do with that throne. He stood up and fight and challenged the Janjaweed that has been killing our people since 1945. Even right when the British amalgamate Nigeria, amalgamated the evil country called Nigeria, and then put us together. Even my ancestors did not know what Nigeria stands to. Until today, my ancestors did not know what Nigeria stands to. But if you ask them what Nigeria stands to, they do not. Nigeria, they are protecting. They don't even know the meaning of Nigeria. That is why you can see when election comes, they will start saying, Emiloko is Igbo man. If Igbo man come out, they will say, oh, it's Igbo man presidency. If Hausa man come out, they will say, oh, it's Hausa man. Because Nigeria has no meaning, has no name. As you and I know that in a country where everybody are equal, if election come, when you ask them, they will say they are Japan, they are Germany. America will say we are Americas. You know, no one will call from this place, I'm from this place, but it's only in Nigeria. That shows you that the zoo is not one. That is why we want the total embarkment of the zoo. It's an abomination created by Britain, and they know it. And Britain must surely be ashamed of themselves for creating that evil forest called Nigeria. It's because of their criminality, the criminality of Britain make them to create Nigeria. And we will show the world what they stand for. And the world are beginning to see. It doesn't matter how long. It doesn't matter what they do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. We are beginning to see now that it's no matter of about if you are a citizen of a country. As long as you are a black man holding your passport, you are your own. Forget about that thing. It's nothing. That is what they used to hold us down. Do you think that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a white man? Do you think fighting? Do you think they will just abandon him? That is why I said to people, don't be dismayed when you call yourself, I want to go and take their nationality. That is just point of call it rubbish. It's nothing to help us with. The only thing that will save us is to get our land there, get our freedom, and anybody who came to challenge us, we tell him what we meant to get the freedom. And I want to ask the DOS, I know that they are wise. I think it's the time we begin to know who are these people that Malami says when the Nigerian court discharged Mazi and acquitted him for no crime. Mazi did not commit any crime. Ask him for freedom. How does he mean to be a crime for crying out slave? In Britain, there is a lady here in Scotland called Sturgeon. He was asking for the freedom of the Scottish. Westminster never went and kidnapped him and put him in a dungeon. Sturgeon never been kidnapped. He has never been chased, but he's still asking for the freedom of for the Scot up to today. But you see that Mazi was asking for the freedom of his people. It's Britain collided by the Kenya who kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who wants to say it to the ear of the international community. The masterminder of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is British government. Simple as ABCD. And handed over to Malami. And it's time we begin to tell these people that
Mazi Shitu, your time is up. Your time is up, please.
Malami said
thank you.
He is going to speak to the elders. Please, we need to locate who they are and begin to ask them, what is Mazi still doing in GSS dungeon? Those people that Malami said he is going to confirm, he is going to convey meeting with them. We want to know them. And let's keep asking them, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still doing in GSS dungeon? Okwadike is not speaking anymore. What did they call him? Okwadike. But when Mazi was still there, he was gallivanting, talking bullshit.
Time up.
Why is he not talking anymore? Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
No time. We will never surrender our land for any idiot. If they come to kill us, we kill them.
Thank
Mazi,
you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One more announcement. Like I said, we need Nwada Nkeshi and the Nwada Karago to help us on comment section. We're going to make them admin. They should reach me in one of my number. And another announcement is DOS. The DOS join the live interactive section with Mazi Shinasaworu via Radio Biafra, hosted by Mazi Jonathan Shinedu. We are also going to stream it in different of our platforms. And I also want to use this medium to ask Mazi Ofoma, the head of media, to also help us on Rapture, okay, thank you very much, Thank you very much, Mazi MAP Ezokubundo, for joining us today. To help us, Mazi Jonathan, Mazi Ofoma, to help us on Biafran television, on social media, on Facebook, to also please to add admin there, because we don't have anything doing there, to help us there so that they can also be able to clean up those mess of comment section on Biafran television. Wada, please, I want you to use your time, please, quick. We're supposed to stop this, but the floor is yours. Wada, please.
Biafrachild Nwachineke. Thank you, MAP. MAP, how are you? Thank you very much. Thank you, true Biafrans. I thank all of you. So this is what you are saying about getting a lot of people to clean all these rubbish people out from the platform. We don't have time for this nonsense, because there are a lot of things to be done. This is a very fantastic there's a teaching today. I'm telling you, I'm working, but I've learned a lot of things, and it's very interesting. And I want to thank MAP, and I want to thank you, Nwachineke, for this great job you're doing.
Thank you.
And for all the IPOB media warriors, I say you should keep on the good work. We don't want any distraction from anybody, because you have a lot of work to be done. We want our leader to come out. We don't want this nonsense saga from this pit of hell, from all these rubbish people, all these ectoparasites. We don't need them. So you need as many people, true people. Don't just go and select the people you don't know. That all these people you call, very important.
Yes, are there any person? As you said, we need more people. When we add people, if they we are the people that put them. If we remove the person, yeah. But continue. But I know that
clean all this
one that kind of good, and then they are active. They are active.
Block them and block their generation. We don't have time, because our mission now we have is just to make sure that our leader comes out, because their plan is for our leader not to come out, to continue distracting from one thing to another. Because if you look at all these things, for 2 years, it's from one distraction to another. From finance, they distract to the accuse this one, the accuse. If you know, they have accused everybody. Remain for them to accuse animal walking on the road. So because they have accused everybody. So even the Barisifan Ejiofor, who had been in the system when they were still in some of them that are doing nonsense, they have even involved the man into this, and the man is doing a lot of good job. All this is just distraction. So I just want to thank all of you. I don't have any much thing to say.
Thank you.
I just have you continue doing a good job, and continue doing a great job, and God will continue to help us.
Thank you.
MAP, thank you very much. Thank you, Biafrachild.
Thank you,
thank you all the whole Biafrans. May God bless all of us.
Thank
Amen.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, great people and wonderful people of Biafra. I'm beginning to descend. But I want to say this. We did not touch this issue today. We are coming back again, probably. Maybe I will be there. I will be here tomorrow to talk to, because Tony Blay, we have to also let him know this. If they are coming to, to continue with one Nigeria, although they are learned people, they are from one of the oldest, can I put it, educated people on this planet Earth, which is the British people. If they don't know the amalgamation of Rod Lugat, we are going to tell Tony Blay, if you think that they are in Labour Party, they are coming to promote Labour Party, we want to teach him things that he don't know, because we ourselves have already learned. We want to tell Tony Blay, if they are preparing an election, we never tell anybody not to go there and vote, but they should also mind their own business. You are talking about the election in that contraption. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon? And you, Tony Blay, never said the man that the competent court have discharged. You never told the zoo to release him. You are talking about Labour Party. You are talking about, doing election. Do you think we are coming here for election? I just want to ship this in, and I'm coming to, put more light on this Tony Blay, because we are not here to, you know, to take all these shenanigans from them. We have been in this mess for years. They themselves also have to understand that we are human. We have learned we are no more animals the way they think that we are. We have learned and we have trying, you know, we are doing our best to apply the energy and the sense of human in us, that they cannot be using us any time or any moment they want. They should go there and do their election. As they are talking about their own election to support one Nigeria, they also have to talk about Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why they are holding this man, a man that is their citizen, he is there. They don't want to talk about him. Tony Blair is coming to tell us about the election, coming to tell us what we don't know. You know, they see us as animals. We don't learn. We don't know anything. They can always, you know, tell us what to do. That is why their citizen is there, going to 2 years. And the competent court in Nigeria have discharged him. None of them want to say anything. They are now coming to tell us about the election. You see, let us understand, because we have already scattered all over the world and we have learned, we have understand the ethics of this life that we are into. That some people are coming just to use us and dump us and suck and milk us dry. Wide poverty and hunger is what we are facing every single day. And sometimes you will come and tell us that Africa is a rich land. And people are dying every single day. Boko Haram is everywhere, killing and maiming people every single day. You are coming to tell us the country that have already expired, according to amalgamation of 1914 by Rugard. You have expired. None of you want to talk about that. If we want to continue as one Nigeria. But you are here coming to advise, tell us to be one people. And you know that we are not. That is why Nigeria was amalgamated, because they are not one people. Blame, Tony Blame, as a Labour Party people, go and learn and tell the people of Nigeria the truth. Go and tell them the truth. Great people and wonderful people. This is just I'm just giving, you know, just hint about what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I want you people to prepare yourself and join me also tomorrow for continuation of this propagating of issue of Biafran restoration project, because we are not going to stop. I salute you, Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu, who brought this ideology to us. I also salute you, Mazi Shike, the man in charge, on absent of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I also salute the great and wonderful people of Biafra, those that are standing resolute and formidable to carry this mission till the end, till the kingdom of Chukwu Kikabiam on this planet Earth. You know, I thank you all. I still remain your royal servant, Mazo Kenna Okichukwu, known as the Biafrachild Nwachineke. The general, for me from here, I will call it good afternoon to you all. They will know Nwachineke. Till we see again. Bye.